We've worked on a lot of things that we could have done better from Saturday, and hopefully we can put them into Saturday's performance against Havant and Waterlooville.
Is this a good game in the FA Cup, just to sort of get that break from, I suppose, what's been 18 really tough games back-to-back in the National League?
It's an important one. I mean, we know that much. The Gaffers reiterated how important this cup is for the club, and like any game, we go out there to try and win a football match and hopefully get into the first round proper.
How's your record in the FA Cup?
Personally, yeah, I've had a few successful cup runs. I've been fortunate to be involved in 2 good cup runs. Got to the third round twice. Drew Bolton away when they were in the Premier League, and then we drew Stoke City away in the Premier League as well. So it was a great experience, and for a club obviously in the lower leagues, it's fantastic for the finances, etc. So hopefully, as a player, I can. This is the start of another one.
And have you found as well that it's something that can actually help the league form rather than always hinder it? Because that's always the worry, isn't it?
Oh, I think if you win in football matches, it's always going to have a knock-on effect for your league form. Winning becomes a habit, and you can just take it into the next game. So we'll be looking to get a result on Saturday and then take it into Grimsby the following Friday. Yeah,
that Grimsby game looming on the horizon. I suppose a replay is the worst possible thing you can get at Havant, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose you're right, but I mean, if we're losing and we score a last-minute equaliser, we'd happily take a replay then. But we're going there to try and win the game to hopefully get into the next round.
There's a little bit of banana skin potential about this. How do you avoid the upset?
Just make sure we play to our ability and perform like we know we can. If we can go there and start well, I think it sets the tone for us, and I think that's the message that we're trying to pick up on. I think too many games we're having to claw back in games, so it'd be nice if we can set the tone and make it a little bit of an easier day for us. But we know that Havant and Waterlooville, they're going to be tough, and you know they're a league below us. But on any day, it's a contest. You know, this is the FA Cup. It's the most prestigious cup tournament in the world, and it's an opportunity to get to the first round. So both teams will be going at it, and we need to make sure that we're ready.
And presumably after Eastleigh, the manager's demanding a 90-minute performance rather than just a good start or a good finish.
Exactly. I think it's about that consistency. I mean, we know it's in there. We've shown flashes of good halves and not so good halves. It's just about getting that constant and for 90 minutes. And if we can put it all together, then we're going to be one good team.
Thank you. Good luck.
No problem.
Dan, obviously Marvin Morgan and James Hayter in the Havant side, 2 players that you probably don't need much of an introduction to. Does that sort of steal the mind for a game like this when you know all about the opposition players that you're going to be coming up against?
Exactly. I mean, you can look at League 2, this level, Conference South, Conference North. There's so many players now who are filtering down to this level. I mean, so you know you're going to be in for a challenge come Saturday, Tuesday. I mean, both players who've scored lots of Football League goals, and they're going to be a threat. So we need to make sure we're on our guard and keep them out.
Yeah, the defensive unit was getting all sorts of praise over the season. Now actually 7 games without a clean sheet, amazingly, which is probably something that I know Dylan's a bit frustrated about.
Yeah,
is it something that obviously the rest of you lads are...
I think frustrating's the word. I think there's been the goals we've conceded. They've been a good free kick from Gateshead. There's been a penalty at Bromley. There's, you know, personally, I feel as though we're not being opened up as such. I mean, we had a tough spell at Bromley where they had a few chances, but it's these odd goals. We pride ourselves on clean sheets, and if you don't concede goals, you win games. I mean, that's the way with the players we've got in our team. We're always likely to score, so we need to try and get back to that, and hopefully on Saturday we'll make a start.
Do you think there's less pressure on the FA Cup than there is maybe on league games? I know you obviously, the professional pride and wanting to go on the run is important, but it hasn't got that big overall aim like every league game does.
Possibly, but I think everyone's aware of the finances of the club, and we are really having a big push to try and get straight back into the league this season. So if we can go on a good cup run, then it can only help on both fronts, really.
Yeah, having a good cup run's not going to distract from the league for you.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I think if you, like I said earlier, I think if you're continuing to win football matches, it can only improve confidence and people's performance. So I think it's not going to have an effect at all.
Excellent. Cheers, mate.
No problem.
Thank you. Good luck.
All right, no problem.